Welcome to Language, Focus on English Learning, or FOEL, with Everyday English Plus, a comprehensive solution for secondary developmental language arts, ESOL. Language FOEL with Everyday English Plus is for students who typically score below the 40th percentile on group-administered standardized tests. These are students who need to acquire knowledge of academic language, as well as the structure and function of the English language. It is especially conducive for newcomers by building academic vocabulary and content knowledge on the foundation of explicit oral language instruction. Typically, this instructional program serves three populations: students acquiring English, especially those with very limited experience with a second language, students in special education, and those struggling with reading and English language arts. Language FOEL with Everyday English Plus is best suited for students in grades 9 through 12. Language FOEL with Everyday English Plus provides all of the materials that you need, leaving nothing to chance. I know that many of you pull materials from many places. We think that teachers should be able to focus on their teaching, having all components and manipulatives easily accessible in the format that works best for you. Language FOEL with Everyday English Plus is available in both print and digital formats. The digital format allows easy access to lessons and other materials and tools. Teachers can prepare lessons and teach from a device, send notes, and assign work to students. Students can complete and submit their work to the teacher. Teachers can evaluate work and send to students. Rich multimedia ebooks are available to students, and other tools provide learning games and analytics. Language FOEL with Everyday English Plus includes multisensory activities consisting of brain exercises, hands-on activities, whiteboard lessons, and online components that help teachers to prepare lessons and differentiate instruction. E-readers, vocab journey, sortagories, words for teachers, and instructional planning tools. For students with limited or no English, we strongly recommend placing students in the Everyday English Plus component. It will lead these students to academic success by building academic vocabulary and content knowledge around the foundations of explicit and oral language instruction before launching into Language FOEL. It will allow students to learn the basics of English from the sound system to grammar, while still making gains in the grade level content and exposing them to accessible text. Everyday English Plus consists of 9 units covering 6 steps that consist of daily introduction and practice with oral fluency, literacy, foundational skills, academic vocabulary, and grammar. For students with some English proficiency, the Instruction in Language FOEL books A, B, and C enable you to differentiate by providing frequent opportunities for practice in speaking English. Each lesson features an additional pre-step called Speaking and Listening to the English Language. Denoted by the blue sun icon, this step front-loads key vocabulary by setting the stage for the academic language and the concepts that will be covered in the lessons. 6 steps are taught in every single lesson. These steps were developed based upon a research-based lesson cycle that is unique to Language FOEL. This is a consistent curriculum with a predictable routine, exactly what the research deems most effective for your students acquiring English or struggling with reading. Step 1. Phonemic awareness and phonics. Students learn that words are composed of phonemes or sounds that are represented by letters. Students learn phoneme and syllable awareness, sound spelling correspondences, and syllable types. With Language FOEL, students recognize, manipulate, and correctly pronounce the sounds of the English language. The Anchor It prompt is used here to get students actively engaged, activating both sides of their brains, where our 2 central processing systems communicate in order for reading to occur. Becoming a good reader requires rapid, fluent, and automatic decoding of isolated words. Step 2. Word recognition and spelling. Students use the sound-to-letter correspondences from Step 1 as the basis for developing accurate and fluent reading and spelling in Step 2. Language FOEL teaches students the spelling rules of the English language. Here, we are teaching word recognition and spelling reciprocally using fluency drills and fostering spelling generalizations so students understand the interconnectedness of our language. In addition, the program teaches high-frequency words and word parts to further develop word recognition and spelling skills. Step 3. Vocabulary and morphology. There is direct evidence of the strong relationship between vocabulary and the ability to read at higher levels. Language FOEL addresses vocabulary and morphology by building word knowledge through exploration and the study of word relationships to teach the multiple meanings of words. Here is an example of Step 3. Students explore the literal and implied meaning of athlete, our target word, through the use of graphic organizers and by learning to write authentic definitions using categories and attributes as you see here. In this step, teachers will also teach idioms and expressions. The students will learn about Greek and Latin roots, prefixes, and suffixes. With these 4 pieces alone, students have access to over 250,000 words. We know that poor readers often lack the experience with complex syntax in text. We also know that poor readers are unskilled in understanding the sentence structure of writing, so often, in fact, that they misunderstand complex sentences, or as we call them, masterpiece sentences. In Step 4, Grammar and Usage, students will come to understand that the order of the words in the sentence or the syntax determines the meaning. Grammatical forms, functions, and sentence patterns are taught stressing proper mechanics such as capitalization and punctuation. As you see here, we also provide students practice in diagramming sentences. Step 5. Listening and Reading Comprehension. This is where students apply the reading, writing, and vocabulary strategies they have learned in the lesson. Students are provided with 3 different levels of text in every unit of Language FOEL. Independent text, which is text that they can read, comprised of previously taught phonics elements and vocabulary. Instructional text, which is more difficult, but students interact with it to pull out meaning. It reflects much of what students might encounter on the standardized tests. Challenge text, which is longer, has more difficult vocabulary and more complex sentence structure. These passages build listening skills as they are read by the teacher. Some of your students will be able to read these independently. These levels of text are woven into the program to address all readers, as well as to show students what grade level text actually looks like. Moving students to grade level text is the goal of Language FOEL. The text difficulty for Language FOEL is based on the Lexile Readability Scale and increases incrementally throughout the curriculum. Language FOEL text include contemporary and classic literature, exactly the same literature that is included in most middle and high school English courses. Students are able to learn higher-order reasoning skills when teachers model, discuss, and connect the lessons to engaging text selections. The instruction in Step 5 applies research through the use of before-reading strategies. Students preview the text so they can form predictions and discuss the upcoming selection. For students with little or no background knowledge, the Steps 1 through 4 give them the critical knowledge for application. As students are reading, language embeds metacognitive strategies into the reading process. This is the during reading strategy. For students that need a different approach to the selection, there is special instructional support. These pieces are all built into the lesson and are available at point of use. The e-reader is technology support for Step 5 and is used for eyes across text with audio support. Modeling correct pronunciation and prosody of the instructional text is a good solution for English language learners or for students that need additional fluency practice. The e-reader includes oral reading of text selections, voice recording, interactive question and answer, and a glossary and visual dictionary. The readability of the text in language FOEL ensures student success. The accessibility of the text selections and the readability of the program allows students to discuss and write about their literature experiences. Step 6. Speaking and writing. As you know, researchers report that reading and writing often draw from the same pool of background knowledge, and it is a means of extending and deepening students' understanding. This final step of the process will help your students to achieve self-directed writing in a variety of modes. In Step 6, we use graphic organizers just like you see here. Students will learn summaries, then paragraphs, and then take writing to essays and beyond. The ultimate expression of student success in their English language development is the ability to speak and write about what they have read. Language FOEL is available in both print and digital versions, giving teachers flexible access to the format that works best for them. A very unique feature of language is that students will be placed into the curriculum based on their skill level and their reading ability. Language FOEL with Everyday English Plus is skill-based, not grade-level based. Through the different entry points, you can differentiate instruction to address the critical learning gaps among your students. This placement will include the Language Reading Scale test and a norm reference test based on the Lexile Readability Scale. The placement test is group administered and can be given to students using pencil and paper or on a computer through our web-based data management system called vPort. The test results determine which entry point is appropriate for each student. Baseline and progress indicators are independent measures to show growth over time that is not related to curriculum. 4 assessments create the baseline: test of silent contextual reading fluency, which is norm referenced, the language reading scale, which is norm referenced, and the test of written spelling 4, which is norm referenced. Writing assessments begin with a prompt followed by benchmark assessments in Unit 2 and Unit 4, followed by the progress indicator. Language uses the 6 traits of writing for the rubric. Ongoing progress monitoring and formative assessments include weekly ongoing assessment, which is within each instructional step, and content mastery assessments, covered after the instructional steps have been presented at the end of each unit. Once a teacher has data on students, Language provides if and then boxes to provide suggestions on how to differentiate instruction based on how the student scores. This is also at point of use in the teacher's edition. If the district has identified students as needing Everyday English Plus prior to starting Language Book A, the measure of English language development is administered 2 to 3 times per year to assess students' language proficiency. All of this data and resources are housed in vPort, Voyager's online data management system. This web-based system can be accessed through any internet connection. Through vPort, you can capture, track, and report student results, house electronic instructional materials, capture, track, and report success of implementations, and exchange data with school district data systems. My Results is the landing page in vPort and is designed to deliver high-level summary reports. The scope of the summary reports presented will be determined by a user's level of access. Key measures, pacing, placement, scores, more, which is a variety of different reports, and student lookup. All are found under the My Results tab. Instructional support offered in vPort includes vocab journeys, sortagories, e-reader, words for teachers, interactive whiteboard activities, instructional planning tools which include lesson plans, IT pages, templates, and homework. We provide a comprehensive array of training options to fit and customize your needs, beginning with the initial planning to leadership orientation, ongoing teacher training, consultative and coaching support, and year-end review and planning. Additionally, our professional development system takes the best practices from research and organizes them through the 5 keys to success: amount of instruction, instructional effectiveness, assessment, differentiation, and classroom management. Thank you for considering our trusted and proven solution for developmental language arts, ESOL, language FOEL, with Everyday English Plus.